Obviously, for one, Sunny, yada cemetery versus some Coswines. Yes, so it all the latest and bros and be a big updated. Also, on can be like a share among your sweating. Any be 18 on the song with you could be so ready and fair in gym. Near Candy one chairman Sabri AECJ on one Casancasa AMG Mensa Aduqui and a barbontin adding semi brabber to Jana. Rebecca. Sita Odwa, and as a coincidence, Odwa, yen declare no, and who some and what the update a Ghana for na in some of the kind of dorsey pa or chase some city boha, and as a coincidence boha. Like this, ya bo is official, and be no on who cran and I didn't know a just selection say becono. Adane a war scene adin tien kwande wom na see no yebeka na say good news and say idea or say some constituency yebeka is in declare in the name of a NPP no two sabri ka say is say yen declare ni illegal say abetowa banisa na NPP for city no do from I just say once a marine neighbor after that and so no. Do you see canning some no na see no some place be or collation centers no penshit ya shano ya titibimu ya say bibia no. We don't know say if be elections because some constituency are just yen declaring there we don't know. You couldn't say we are AJ Mensa.
Na yambo hwemfi ani nkyeremu ewo electoral commission akache sanse ya tu abawie mmia ya godo bia mrahye badwa kwanwa manso ne ade abaso no ene oma friends am trofo nhiem a omo kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛmu na yenkɔ na dia commission eka no yentie bi
where the collation was taking place, and this directive was to them to besiege the constituency collation centers. It is important to note that the collation in all the centers was proceeding in accordance to processes enshrined in CI 127. The presence of hundreds of supporters who besieged our collation centers brought proceedings to a standstill in a number of the centers. These supporters destroyed pink sheets required for the collation, as well as results collation forms in some areas. In some instances, they vandalized and destroyed the desktop computers set up to collate the results electronically. Additionally, and sadly, they beat up our staff and threatened them with death, and ultimately brought proceedings at the constituency collation centers to a halt. Citizens of Ghana, this is the reason why the collation in some constituencies could not be completed prior to the declaration of the presidential results. It is important to emphasize that the collation in all centers were proceeding in accordance to lay down guidelines as enshrined in CI 127 before the supporters entered into our constituency collation centers. There was therefore no reason or justification for the call to supporters to besiege the collation centers. That call, in the view of the Commission, was calculated to disrupt the processes and mar the seamless and effortless electoral processes that had commenced from the start of the polls at 7 a.m. that Saturday, the 7th of December 2024. In the view of the Commission, the directive to the supporters to besiege the constituency collation centers was targeted at destroying this documentary evidence, that is pink sheets, ballot papers, results collation forms, and computers, and to erase and wipe out all documents to be used for the collation. Thankfully, the perpetrators of this act did not fully succeed in their endeavors, in that a few of our staff were able to retain some of the pink sheets and the results collation forms necessary for collation. as you all know, the Commission has tried to complete the collation in some of these constituencies. We have been faced with resistance, threats, intimidation, and the destruction of our properties. Our staff have been threatened, and the established collation processes, as guided by law, have been disrupted, and winners have been declared without due processes governing collation being followed. In a number of instances, our staff have been threatened with death and forced to declare outcomes without adhering to the processes governing collation. It is instructive to note that the Electoral Commission has held discussions with the Ghana Police Service and has requested protection at all centers at which the collation was supposed to have continued. Unfortunately, as we have witnessed on TV, have emerged showing our staff being threatened and made to declare results stemming from incomplete collation processes. Unfortunately, this has been in the presence of the police. Though the police have been present at all the collation centers, the supporters of political parties have managed to gain access to the collation centers and have disrupted the collation process. This state of affairs occurred during our very first attempt to complete the collation process for the Ablekuma North and Okaikwe Central constituencies. Due to the threats faced by our staff and the disruption of the processes, the Commission agreed with the Ghana Police Service to relocate the collation centers from the Ablekuma North and Okaikwe Central constituencies to the Greater Accra Regional Office at Ridge. It was agreed that each political party would present 2 agents, and the political parties were notified accordingly. In spite of police presence at our regional offices, the collation process was once again disrupted and taken over by political party leaders and supporters, and the results declared for both constituencies without due process being followed. In the case of Okaikwe Central, a winner was declared without collating results from 31 polling stations. In the case of the Ablekuma North constituencies, a winner was declared without collating results from 62 polling stations. This is unacceptable. It is important to note that the declarations made by our staff were made under threat, and the Commission considers this as illegal. Those declarations, as well as others that have gone on in other constituencies, will not be upheld by the Commission. Dear citizens, it is for this reason that the Commission met with the Ghana Police Service once again to re-examine the nature of the security arrangements being provided by the police. The Commission was desirous to protect its staff as well as its electoral collation process. Following the engagement with the police, it was agreed that the Tesano Police Depot will be used as the collation center for all outstanding collations, including Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Tema Central, Domikwadenya, Nsawam, Aduajiri, Ekwetia, Fantiakwa North, Suhum, Techiman South, Owasi East, Ahafo Ano North, Ahafo Ano Southwest. The political parties were duly informed once again to nominate 2 agents per constituency to observe the collation process. Unfortunately, the collation process for only 3 constituencies were successfully completed, and they are Akwetia, Fantiakwa North, and the Suhum constituencies. The returning officers in all the 3 constituencies I have just mentioned were allowed for the first time to carry out their work without interference. This enabled them to complete the collation and declare the true outcomes of the election. Though the collation for the Nsawam Adwajiri at the police depot was well advanced on Thursday, the 12th of December 2024, the parties agreed to put the collation on hold until the following day, which was Friday, the 13th of December 2024. Unfortunately, the collation did not take place in spite of the presence of our teams at the collation center, that is the Tesano Police Depot. This was because the Ghana Police Service informed the Commission that their intelligence reports showed that party supporters were planning to besiege the police depot. They thus advised that the process be discontinued. Ladies and gentlemen, though the Commission was determined to complete the said collation processes in the 9 constituencies on that Friday, the 13th of December, it could not do so without the assurance of the police. In the absence of that, the collation process planned for that Friday was called off in the evening, as mentioned earlier. The Commission is of the view that had the process been allowed to continue, we would have successfully concluded the collation processes and declared the outcomes of the election by now. In the light of that development, and as a result of putting the collation process scheduled for that Friday on hold, the Commission once again met with the Ghana Police Service on Monday, the 16th of December 2024, to agree on a new date. At the meeting, the Commission proposed Wednesday, the 18th of December 2024. At that meeting, the police indicated that they could no longer provide the Tesano Police Depot as a location for the collation process. It was agreed that new locations in Accra and Kumasi would be designated for the collation process. The actual locations and time were communicated to the police on Tuesday, the 17th of December. The police assured the Commission of its full cooperation and readiness to enable us to complete the collation processes. However, later that Tuesday, the 17th of December, the police, in the letter to the Commission, indicated that once again their intelligence reports had revealed planned arrests by party supporters for both Accra and Kumasi, making it difficult for them to guarantee the security of the collation process as earlier planned. This has put our efforts to complete the collation process at a standstill. It is important to note that contrary to the narrative that the Commission staff have not been ready, our staff have been fully aligned and ready and poised to complete their task. Indeed, all our teams from the regions, the Eastern region, the Ashanti region, were all at the Tesano Police Depot to carry out their tasks and to bring it to a completion. And this has been, their readiness has been in spite of the beatings and threats they have received. I must note that they have been, in spite of the face of the beatings and threats, they have been detained.
Na ajese injise awodo electoral commission edi egu akwemu na motie nyina nimsi akoto abeno mrashibedwa akondwa bi aho a se eye manso aho ehonsam na se jemansa echirechiri mu anamo a omotu oho ne nia ajese omoye ewo ho ebi na matie nsanso nkwana yemfa dia kanto aso.
Your courage and your resolve to do the right thing in the face of death threats. Your courage has encouraged the majority of us to keep going on and to keep doing what is right for God and country. As a commission, we have always maintained that our mandate is not to make anybody a president or a member of parliament. Our mandate, as per the constitution, is to carry out credible, transparent, and fair elections whose outcomes guarantee that the choice of the voters as expressed at the polls is upheld. This was evident in the just ended general election which took place on Saturday, the 7th of December 2024. Indeed, the process has been hailed by world leaders and by both local and international observers as credible, transparent, and highly successful. The Commission is keen to ensure that all the outstanding processes in the 9 constituencies follow due process. It goes without saying that what happened during our attempt to complete the collation process in some of the 9 constituencies is unlawful. As indicated, the Commission will not uphold declarations ensuing from incomplete and unlawful processes. And these include in Sawam Adwajiri, where parties, of course, on election day besieged the collation centers and brought the collation there to a halt. As I mentioned, the Commission tried to complete the collation process on Friday, the 13th of December. However, when it got to 100...
Not just a way Amania Bar Electoral Commissioner Mami Jane Mensa editor drop. Na press conference and all yenny so I be dada nanu fia de twam sasem kroya or friends am trofo editor drop. Na ni nyina ne se amba ye to ye mia wodo bi o hatema central ka ho do me kwa benya ka ho ni ade no or city se aye election said dia ababeto dwa se nipa bi adi klom no official se ko ye adwuma electoral commission adwumafo no omo se omo declare pa enyo mu pem eno mu declare sanse na nipa bi ade o hye eto mo so a enam so no mu declare nti sa mia wodo na ya ade omo gituma ebe yere so mu ngintumu commission ne so on gintumu na ti sa mrahye bedwa akonwa no minim se fe ne be collate ni fufuro se fe ne be to aba fufuro eno so na commission no ochirechire mu sa na ochem se emra abato ne mansotwe eba bi hu na mu ya hyehyɛ se bi a party awodo ni nyina fo na musifo mienu mra na mu nkochie mu police training depo ho enko collation no manso ne se de nipa bi afre se omochitafo mehie ho no eno akam na se dwumadie ni nyina no ayebasa na fe aposifo no kura se da bi o omo ntimi mboban amadwuma no ento aso eni nti na se ni nyina no mu twa aso a bepema na collation ahoro no omo ntimi anyeye na se no ne nsema jemensa eka se mbia bi wo abato no ntunsanso no enya de omo ditum esanse omo afa kwampa so collation ni ade ni nyina no ntimi anko no and into Omujituma, and ye won some Yamani Bobby, and I saw or de Ababetu Janamirefi, say, yes, a year 2020 or Kaisa, Batua, and Waba Mansion Franco Court, dear, meaning Nembra Fresebia, a commission estimating to Babayuma, and woman Yaboka cra, and nice Sebejina no so, Nadin Nasi Ama Bofa, a Semu, not Yadeka Seboy, a Bremum, a B, a Roman Rage, a Chinese clinic, or
Mpato ba kwego emu nsem bebre be den crampo na be read the result I won't say it is finished like nsema ebo ba no ehu yi nsema do jidi a working like me dwem wa minti ase anodom constituency anone nsema do ji da constituency no isi ayi bibiewe presiding officer na I declare say I not don't pray what Lucy. Sisi a waka say na hon to kwes na say ni and to kwes saying how come say easy or one declare say I not don't pray I will ye incumbent MP and masa constituency no. Sisi no what Lucy sa coffee na kwa correction no homework na sa back. Was a main tiasi ama to be mama ni petu. One constituency. Who suggest for the police for some national security body in service will be a normal heading and Nana Monchenia, the home video said, Babon Tia fine. Ade in Soma do Gino, ya, damn home And I say the crooning in Asha as a one be NPR for Afibana. We near me beer and your more accommodation. They will vote against you. It be our leadership star or pay. Development on farm among new light, new person, new individual beer. A bit my bomb. My quine, no more singing. And I said my quine as any panel almost also on parliament. No more sonny. Some cause on a that's it when Timing ye Jumani said ye a year cromane a penno. And now some cause on a no more to told dear no. You must say, oh, that's how dear no put a dear. They will come back for you again. Mem penny say a day a year old constituency baby away in Sawam and I just ye pian ba a tassan adding. A year blake my central easy can wasem a horse sono near my bibria dear then hit ye a pp through a by a fine. This constituency no you need the easy like in the maybe bro how can ya to me many 9 yarding. Because in your law, in your CI, a Bible and nature say, even say you can't buy new ye, that's will be in Peninsula, or saw the Queen High Court. Inti, and Sanamode at the end of about Tessan Honor police station. I friend Relocation, that means your quality behavior in the various constituencies. Na basa ye ne achinyeje mentia sene ne manema bintine mo emrabi anche se tesa no ho na mo family collation as mo dia ba the moment I did that so no any collation ebe recollection nko ade. That means there must be law enforce and as be declare sadi no court ben am the court ben can say ye monye recollection man finding uncle court mufiti as a recollection. So first of all no wo say a man for atomara obai na nka waji atum say Ghana for man find che ne so ya tomara na nka wase ka ye de court ansana na se nka wase ka high court declare ansana ya recollection wan kasa wo cheche mra man for ye de atoto na wo mra wato no aka wasem a ban saying that easy official yatano. You did not factory in Muji. Timmy declare be as a winner. Now try to come easy official say, yeah, for say no, any money declare like Nyansa Bene was I didn't. Ubi a do I find it here Marco school training more. Now I declare be as a winner. We as yeah for sale and I will declare be as a winner. Nyansa Bene was I doing. So during that time now, obedi club winner. Agent a hodo, party people a hodo, our more ho. Be a kutani pin sheet no. I'll be a cross check here no. Nani pin sheet no. And we see the air pen because as an abedi declare no. I was a pin sheet a kutao. The same as the pin sheet a kuta. The various agents are more representing the various parties no. I was saying in a epe. So I'm be a bomb no. No be a penno. I once I be declare who say oh we ain't yamado dosin we ain't yamado dosin we. I'm one casa motia se many parkroni declare no. A then a ho party a hodwa the agent about no. Omumu man raise consent you. Omumu man raise consent because see nipa omo contest the NPP in NDC. So NDC in anything. We need that constituency. So I don't NPP Nino, MP no, any agent no, and raise the concern say, hey, NTS no mumu is official mum na watch letter cause a year for so that means agent any NPP for no more constituency or my junior juma or moon names or Lucy. So these are the things that any quasi easier than so. And amount for cancer didn't easier and say, hope say. The numbers are as a seater in this of a buffer because they don't want them to get the 2/3. Now, so when we are so many more than the 2/3, and the whole church and cry the mouth for some founds. Just they want the will of the Ghanaians and as a people in that constituency. On per se a year, maintain on more 1,000. It's in semi bit much share the comment section, subscribe, nation, amount, so you didn't thank you.